Hi, in today's video we're going to talk about website accessibility. This is something you should probably take a look at, especially if you're a local business and you have a local website. Abiding by the ADA rules is probably something you want to at least take a look at, and local governments are in the process right now of clamping down a little bit. Hi, welcome to Digital High Road, where it is my goal to help you blow away the fog that you have towards your internet marketing business at this current time, to give you direction and to make things easier for you as you move forward. If you like the video from today, please hit the thumbs up to like it. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and while you're at it, reach over there and hit that bell icon as well, so that you'll be notified every time we publish a new video. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be talking about web accessibility law, where you were, as a website owner, had regulations set up that you needed to make your website or your blog or your web presence basically more accessible to people that have things like color blindness, can't see very well, that they need larger images, the hard of hearing, and people that just basically have disabilities, have a hard time maneuvering, maybe have a motor skill problem, or you're in a wheelchair, so you can't, there's just things you can't do. Maybe you can't use a mouse on your computer. So we're going to take a look today at some of those areas, and one way I've found to solve it using a plugin. So what I was talking about with web content accessibility is there's a site, an organization that was worldwide collaboration that back in 2008, December, founded and has posted, and they've updated. We're looking today at what they call the WCAG 2.0 Guidelines for accessibility. And I'm going to provide a link in the description for you on this. This basically goes through and states through a table of contents different things of what is involved and what is suggested. You probably want to look at your government that is monitoring you, where you live in the world. But what you want to do is get a feel for what it is they're talking about. Talking about timing, using functions on a keyboard instead of a mouse for the functions, providing contrast, tools for contrast of content. Maybe if you have content in certain colors, it may not work well for people that are colorblind in those areas. Like I know my wife for years has been colorblind in the brown-green color category. I know some people can't see reds, can't see a red light. So it's a thing that you'll want to go through and read these. What we're going to look at is, I'm going to look at solving a little bit of this problem. It's not going to be totally a total solution. What I want to do is go over a plugin that is popular right now that a few thousand people have found they're using on their sites, especially local sites, is being suggested. Our local area, there was an article in the newspaper over the weekend which brought this to my attention, so I thought maybe this might be something if I provided some content for people that will guide them in where to go and what to look for and what we're talking about as far as accessibility. So let's move on. We'll look at what the plugin is and how to use it. So the article that I read in the newspaper mentioned that local businesses are using a plugin on the WordPress platform. This plugin is available as a widget for other platforms, but today specifically I'm talking about the WordPress platform. And the way you can access this plugin is a couple different ways. Real quick, I'm going to look at, I'll put in Userway in Google. So you click on the WordPress, and I always look for the right here, secured WordPress plugin. If you click on this, what you're going to do is you'll be taken to a site like this. And what this is WordPress.org plugin. This will tell you, this is usually plugins that are free for access. What I did was I downloaded it to a file on my computer, and then I opened up one of my websites, WordPress. Now the other way to do it is you can go in your plugins and go to add plugin, and here in the keyword search area put in accessibility, and they're going to give you a few plugins in their library of plugins currently. They'll give you different plugins that are available for accessibility to make your website on WordPress accessible. There's about 8 of them here. So the one we're looking for today is accessibility. Right here, the 4th one listed today, accessibility by Userway. So I'm just going to click on that. What it's going to do is it's installed it and click activate. And what it's going to do is take you to your plugin area here. And what I'm going to do is over here on the left, I'm going to go down through and I'm going to look for Userway right here. It's Userway. It's going to come up and you're going to need to fill this in real quick so that you're registered. And basically, and my URL is up here in my browser. I put my URL in here, copy it, put it in here. And I'm going to save changes. So after you've saved your changes, they've got a way here how to give some instructions on how to manage your widget if you want to. But what we're going to do is go to the site itself and I'll show you what happens that automatically happen. Okay, let's get this to come up here a little bit. Here's the icon on the site. And if you click on this icon, it's going to spin and open up a, let's get me out of the way here. It's going to give you some tools that people have available that have public. If you need a keyword navigation, you click on this. If you want to read the page, click on that. Contrast is what I found interesting. This whole change of your whole site is given in a different color, and you can adjust that accordingly. But this will give contrast to your site. You just go off this by clicking off. You're going to highlight links for you. If the person wants to know where the links are on the page to make it more user-friendly. Links on the page are highlighted for people so they know where the links are. Bigger text. So you click, it makes it bigger and bigger. So it makes the text bigger for people. They're sight impaired, if they have trouble seeing. So, but the thing is, this is a nice tool to have. Basically, the top items are the ones that people are going to use. And we'll go over that in a minute with some other slides here. So with the Userway plugin, what we're looking at is the icon is in the upper right-hand corner. Will automatically set up when you install the widget through a plugin on your WordPress platform. You click on here to open it up. If you want to do contrast, let's say you're colorblind, it's going to give contrast on your page for colors. It'll invert the colors for you. Click it again, give you a different set of colors. Hopefully anything here will match up better for you. and desaturate. So basically it helps for seeing what's going on. Highlighting links, if you make it easier for you to access and find out where links are on the page. And click that. Text. So text sizes. Text spacing. You see it makes it better and easier for you to read. There's also something called stop animations. If you have things that make movement, it makes it difficult for people to see what's going on. They can click on that. You can space these out better for people to. Maximum spacing. So that all these things are to help people that have disabilities, whether it be functions or sight or hearing. So
screen reader enabled. Reading pace normal 1 of 3. Reading pace fast 2 of 3.
Okay.
Reading pace slow 3 of 3.
Okay.
Screen reader disabled.
Okay. So turn it off. You click on there again. Now notice when I'm on something here, there's a green check mark up here. I can check off it, but it's still going to tell me I'm still have something in mode here. So make sure you open that up and click off that when you're done with the site. But if you're using it for that site, then that's the way that works. Now the other thing is you can go to the Userway website, and what they're going to do is, you can say get the widget, and what they're going to do is take you through, I believe it's 9 steps, and you can register and receive this widget and get a code at the bottom of it through this site. I'll put a link for this in the description as well. Put your website in there, create the policy. It'll take you through the next steps. Put your name in there, email. It takes you through, and you get a code at the bottom of the process where you can pick out the size of the icon. So if you want a wheelchair icon, okay, and you go next. Choose the size, smaller or bigger one. Or you can skip the step. You can change the color. Let me move myself here again. Change the color of the icon here. And see it changes here. So I can say that I'm going to keep it that color. I can place it. Where do I want to place it? Maybe I want to place it over here in the middle in the sidebar area. So let's do that. Next, there's auto detect for language. Step 8. If I don't have an accessibility statement, say no I don't. Or if I do, say yes, but I don't. So when you get to step 9, as I said, I thought there were 9 steps. There are. I wasn't counting this step here. Basically, they're trying to sell you a weight label or custom brand version of the widget. I'm just going to say next. So I click next, and what it gives me next is it gives me a script. Now I have to go take the script, and I go into my website. And what I did is I go into my file manager, and I insert it above the body tag. And depending on your site, but this script will go in there, then you verify it. And once you verify it, sorry, I did that, it says congratulations. And it says accessibility widget is live. And I go next, and then it says here's your custom accessibility statement from the website. it's in HTML, or I can get clean text. And what I did was I took this and I went and copied it. And then I used that and published a page on my site. And then what we got was, on my site here, I put a widget on the side, in the sidebar, for the accessibility statement. And the accessibility statement was published on a page. And what you get here is right here. And this is what the finished product was. So that's what there is about it if you go through the Userway site. So here in the United States, if you go to what's called the American Disabilities Act, go to ada.gov. I'll provide a link in the description. And what I did was I went to the area at the top and the search bar, and I put in websites, and it came me to basically this page here. Let's go back here. It's a technical feature up here in websites. Go to that, and it took me to this page here. And then after I got to this page here, I looked for accessibility for local websites. So I clicked on that and created a new page. And what I did was talked about websites and the accessibility for your website here. Also, there's provided in there one of those, one of these here was a checklist. And what it took me to was this here. And there's a checklist that gave you on how to do a Title II checklist for website accessibility. And it gives you a lot of information. But I found something else that might be more helpful. On this WCAG 2.0, they have what they call their cheat sheet for their site. It tells you what the CAG is. It's a set of accessibility standards created by the Worldwide Web Consortium in partnership with various other groups to help guide web content producers in making their work more accessible to all, including users with disabilities. And it's a standard, and they gave you 12 guidelines under 4 different categories: perceivable, operable, understandable, robust. And what we're going to do is to provide a copy of this in the, you can get a link for this that will take you to, provide the link that you can get a copy of this for free from me. It's a cheat sheet, and it goes through, talks a little bit about each of these categories. And this might help you out as well. Like I said, I would check with my local governing body in the area that you live in to find out what their guidelines are, and if they're even enforcing it a lot. In the United States, up through 2017, they were enforcing it kind of, well, a lot more than they are right now. But this current administration has backed off the enforcement of it quite a bit. So, but it is still recommended. I think good practice is to recommend that. Maybe install the Userway plugin, as I showed you. Get that on your site, and you have it to use and highlight to help people out if they can click on it and use it relatively easily. So, this video providing the explanation of Userway, plugin, and this guide will help bring to highlight to you the importance of maybe looking at and thinking about making your website accessibility something that you want to do to your website or your web property, is increasing and making your website accessibility a more important part of your website. So we hope this video on website accessibility has helped you out today. Hope you learned something from it. I hope you received value that you can use to apply to your internet business. If you did, please hit the thumbs up if you liked the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And while you're at that little extra effort, if you would please hit that bell icon so that every time we publish a new video to our channel, you're notified of it for you. Thank you for watching, and so long.